The first step to defeating intimidation is Hi there, I'm Ajidara and you're welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time joining me, this is for you. You're welcome. On this channel, we share truth in relatable ways. And today we're going to be talking about 3 highs, and then I'll ask you 2 questions at the end. So you want to stick around till the very end. Now, the first high is Instagram. In my first video, I talked about how I landed on Instagram because of the Twitter ban. But what I didn't tell you was why on God's green earth it took me so long to become active on Instagram. I'm going to answer that question in a minute. But before then, in my first post on Instagram, I remember saying I didn't really know the source of the beef that had hitherto existed between Instagram and Hi. But now thinking about it, I think I know exactly the source of that beef. I stayed away from the platform because of the way it was portrayed to me. Number 1, I was told that Instagram was not the place to be if you had not really achieved much in life, because of the way people will flaunt things in your face that may make you think about your life in a negative way and become depressed. I didn't want to become depressed, so I stayed away. Number 2, I was told that Instagram was like the headquarters of deception, where people portray themselves in certain lights that were not necessarily true. Well, I wanted to know the truth because I know the truth will set me free. So I wasn't going to buy into those lies. So I kept my distance. Number 3, the way the site was portrayed to me, it was like once you open Instagram, you just start seeing nude pictures and all kinds of unholy things that were not good for your mind. And being the holy sister of God that I wasn't going to be a party to that. So again, I stayed away. But ladies and gentlemen, in the 8 weeks that I've been on Instagram, I have not used my 2 eyes to see any nude pictures. For one, because I'm not following those who would show them. Number 2, instead of getting depressed, every day that I see different expressions on Instagram, I'm impressed and encouraged to express myself as well. And then I'm getting used to the glam. In fact, now I have a saying that the gram is the home of glam. Yes, and if you've noticed, I actually glammed up for this video to drive home those points that glam has its place. Yes, because we all know that when Esther approached the king, instead of looking like this, she actually looks like this. So, if this was the reality on ground, again, why on God's green earth did it take me so long to become active on Instagram? The answer is the second high, intimidation. I felt intimidated by the things I had heard about the platform without realizing that you only feel intimidated when what you believe is a lie. And the sole purpose of intimidation is to rob you of the value you would otherwise gain by facing those things you are intimidated by. But when your help comes, it comes in forms of situations that force you to face those things, and then you discover they are not all that you believe them to be. And that was what the Twitter ban did for me. It forced me to explore Instagram, and then I found out that it was not all I believed it to be. In 8 weeks on Instagram, I have made connections and learned a whole lot than I did in 1 year of being on another social media platform that I'm not going to mention. Yes. Okay, so I know you must be asking yourself that what exactly is the point of this video? Are we here to promote Instagram? No. The answer is the third high, instruction. So the instruction this story is meant to give you, my viewer, is that the first step to defeating intimidation is to show up exactly where your fears tell you not to. I only needed to show up on Instagram, and then I discovered that everything I believed was not necessarily true. The same way, David only needed to show up on the battlefield for him to find out that Goliath was not all he was portrayed to be. For God's sake, the guy was brought down with a stone. Meanwhile, every other person on that battlefield, including Saul, were running away from Goliath. which means that if you have a different belief, it will cause you to run toward what other people are running from. Now, an interesting example of this comes to mind. You know how people are running away from Nigeria right now? So if you have a different belief, it can cause you to embrace Nigeria even though other people are deserting her. Yes. Okay, now to the questions that I was going to ask you. The first one is, where do you need to show up that you have been avoiding? And then, what have you been running from that you need to run toward? Now, as you think on those questions, I'll see you in my next video. Wait! Have you subscribed to my channel? You have? Okay, I'll see you in my next video. Wait! But you've not subscribed. Oh yeah, do. I'll see you in my next video. Stay inspired.